All right, questions for Sebastian Benjamin?
Sebastian, just want to check in with you heading into this Liberty game. First off, last year you faced them and had, I think, one of your most productive games, 8 tackles, a sack. Does this offense that you guys are facing, does that just keep the linebackers busy?
Yeah, I say so. A lot of zone schemes, a lot of downhill play, a lot of option plays, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely a lot. It's going to be a big, run, hit, get back up, line back up, play again type thing.
It's the first time you guys have played Liberty on the road at their place. In a tough road environment like that, what are you guys planning to switch up, especially coming off the first loss of the season in conference?
I just think we gotta get our energy back. I think we just gotta build that momentum back. Tough loss last week. That's the biggest thing. We're a big, energetic group. You know what I'm saying? We like to run, hit. We like to celebrate, zombie land. You like to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta get it all back. Play fast, play physical.
You guys had a pretty good game against La Tech, but what have you guys kind of focused on in practice to be even more prepared for Liberty?
Playing more gap sound and tackling. I feel like that was our downfall defensively. We played a pretty good defensive game, but there were a lot of unacceptable things out there that we got to clean up.
The quarterback pretty much makes that offense run. I mean, they have good backs too, but how do you stop Salter?
We got to hit him. Every chance we get, we got to hit him. We got to hit him. We got to hit him. That's my biggest thing. If you ever ask me a question about a quarterback, how to stop him, you got to hit him. Every chance you get, you got to hit him. You got to make him not want to play no more. Quarterbacks aren't used to getting hit because they don't get hit at practice. We're going to scrimmage, they're not going to get in scrimmages. You're going to have a spring game, they're not going to get hit at the spring game. Those guys, they get the big bucks, they stay as clean as possible. So when it comes down to game time, we got to hit them as much as possible.
Like he said earlier, you were the leading tackler for last year's game against Liberty. What was right for you in that game, and what are you hoping to see go right this year and maybe even do better for it?
Coincidentally, last season, when we played Liberty, that was my second game coming off sprained MCL. I was off about 4 weeks. First game back, I think it was Jack State, and I was playing, pretty slow, just trying to get back into the feel of it. I had my knee brace still on and stuff like that. So I just took the knee brace off, and I just felt like I just got to go play. Like, I don't care about nothing else. I just got to go play fast. And however it goes is however it goes. But I can't leave no regrets out there feeling like, I should have did this or I should have threw my body. Nah, you got to play fast. You got to go hit people. That's what it is. That's my type of game. You got to go hit people until they don't want to hit no more.
How important is it to kind of, coming off the loss, how important is it to go into this game with good energy and a good mentality, especially going on the road against a good team?
That's probably the biggest thing if you ask me, other than, execution and stuff like that. But the energy definitely has to be there. Always going into like an opponent's crowd, they're going to have their student section right behind us. They're going to be talking, they're going to be chirping. It's nothing new for us, but, coming off a loss, this is, every game is important, but this is like the back end of the season is really important, especially for the way that our seasons went so far. So, energy, all that's going to be real big.
There's been a lot of talk too about, obviously even with this loss, it's a clear path for you guys to be the Conference USA champions. You guys talked much about that, about sort of just bearing down for these final 2 games and getting it done?
It's come up. We try not to emphasize on that too much. We try to take it week by week. We don't try to look too far into the future. We just focusing on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday's a fast, physical day. We're hitting, we're running to the ball, we thudding. That's the biggest thing. We focus on how things work day by day. And we take, as far as game time, we worry about that on game day.
Obviously that's pretty big pressure, to win the conference. But how do you handle that going into the week?
We just try to hold each other accountable, you know what I'm saying? We just try not to, get too big-headed, We've seen it. We was on that other end of the stick last season. We thought we was going to be one of those guys to compete for the conference championship. Our hearts were broken, and we've seen how other teams have taken it, how they went about their success. We try our best to, stay as humble as possible, keep each other accountable, take every day like a new day.